Hello, I'm Paula Dollarhide, Associate Director for the Center for Academic Advising. I hope your semester is going well. Before long, you'll be meeting with your advisees, or preceptees as we call them at Stockton. We know from research that students are looking for connections on campus. They're definitely interested in the relational aspect of the advising process. Students hope that someone is looking out for them during their academic journey. Yet, they too have a responsibility in the advising process, just as much as the preceptor does. So how do we convey this to students? We can't expect them to arrive on campus and know how to prepare for advising. We have to let them know what we expect of them. To set expectations for the advising experience, it's quite helpful to utilize an advising syllabus. This might be a unique concept for you. I'm sure you use the syllabus in your own classroom settings, but how do we use the advising syllabus? I hope this presentation will emphasize the benefits of creating and using an advising syllabus, and that you'll be willing to create one of your own. I'll even give you a template for doing so, and my contact information for help with the syllabus. For now, I hope you'll take the time to listen to this presentation and hear the reasons why using an advising syllabus can help you have a great advising experience with your preceptees. The goals of this presentation today are to emphasize the importance of the advising relationship for the success of students, to demonstrate the importance of viewing advising as teaching, and to demonstrate how you can set expectations for your advising relationship through an advising syllabus. I have several favorite quotes about advising, and this perhaps is my most favorite quote. Good advising may be the single most underestimated characteristic of a successful college experience. This is from Richard Light, who at Harvard University took a year off of teaching to simply observe advising. His book is Making the Most Out of College. Wes Habley in 1981 said, "Academic advising is the only structured activity on the campus in which all students have the opportunity for one-to-one interaction with a concerned representative of the institution." George Koo said, "Advising is viewed as a way to connect students to the campus and to help them feel that someone is looking out for them." Advising is very similar to what goes on in classroom teaching. It's a shared partnership between student and advisor. It's integral to the teaching and learning mission of higher education. It facilitates student problem solving, decision making, and goal setting. Advising assists students in setting their values and goals and understanding the purpose of higher education. This past year, in January 2014, the Stockton Advising Council endorsed a document which outlines the vision, mission, and best practices for preceptorial advising at Stockton. To access this document, you can go right on to the Academic Advising website, click on Stockton Advising Council, and you'll see the document there. It's also in an advising guide that we have published. There's really three types of advising styles, and all of them play a role in your advising process. There's prescriptive, developmental, and academically centered advising. We can think of the prescriptive model of advising much like bookkeeping. You go to the doctor, you get a prescription, you do what you're told, and you get better. That's kind of how we can view the prescriptive model. At Stockton, we have a computer system known as CAP to do our bookkeeping for us. And oftentimes we'll use this model, especially when we need answers to specific questions. The developmental advising model looks at the whole person and how that person matures, coming in as an 18-year-old and leaving as a 22-year-old. The student is active in this process, not a passive part of this model. Our goal here is to enhance the student's personal growth and development. And it's based on psychosocial and other student theories of development. Advising as teaching is our model at Stockton for a lot of what we do here. We believe that excellent teachers and excellent advisors do the same things. they promote active learning. And in the case of advising, active learning includes understanding the purpose of their education. Our job as advisors is to create a dissonance, to ask leading questions, to cause students to think. We can think of the advisor here as an academic coach who helps the student become an independent thinker and learner to help create his or her education. That quote is from Mark Lowenstein, who actually was a vice provost at Stockton and has written many articles that are well recognized in the field of advising. So you could Google Mark Lowenstein and see a lot of his articles. Advising as teaching is based on the institution's mission and culture. It includes selections of academic programs and courses and understanding how they connect. It uses different modes of thinking and learning and decision making. It includes development of life and career goals and teaches the use of campus resources. Advising as teaching helps students understand the skills that they're developing and how they can transfer those skills and knowledge to many different disciplines. If advising is teaching, then it's critical that it be an intentional or planned act. We should have a set of goals and outcomes we wish students to achieve in the advising process, just as we do in the classroom. We can make our objectives known to students through the advising syllabus, just as we do for a course. A syllabus can frame the advising relationship you want to establish with your students. An advising syllabus sets expectations for the advising experience. It gives a sense of shared responsibility for the advising process. The student is definitely the stakeholder here, and this gives them a roadmap to follow through the process. So, what should the advising syllabus encompass? Make sure it's relevant to your discipline, whether it be psychology, history, or nursing, criminal justice, history, as I mentioned, or any other discipline. Clearly define your objectives. Make sure all contact information is there, your email, your phone, your office hours. And include here the responsibilities of the advisor in the relationship. What can students expect of you? And what can you expect of students? You should also include your philosophy of advising and your mission statement. Also, an important piece here is your learning outcomes. What do you expect students to be able to do, to know, or to value and appreciate as a result of the advising experience? Through your advising, you will be able to assess whether the student understands connections between courses, is making appropriate decisions and using resources on campus, and understands and appreciates the discipline the student is studying. You'll be able to know whether the student is progressing on some sort of timeline towards graduation and future careers. And you will have a more satisfactory advising relationship when the student comes prepared for the advising appointment. Think about it. How would a syllabus impact your advising style or your relationship with students? Think about how you may wish to organize your syllabus. For example, if you are advising crim majors, what do you want crim majors to be able to do, know, or value and appreciate as a result of the advising experience? The format of the syllabus could be styled just like a timeline. What should freshmen crim majors be able to do, know, or value or appreciate as a result of the advising experience? And what should a crim major know about that discipline of criminal justice? Likewise, what should sophomores, juniors, and seniors be able to do, know, value, or appreciate about the major they're pursuing? I have many examples of syllabi that I can share with you. One thing you could do for yourself is just Google the National Academic Advising Association. On their clearinghouse pages, you can use the keyword advising syllabus, and you'll come up with many examples from across the country of how to use advising syllabi. On our own advising website, you could just click advising on our Google search box and get to academic advising. We have a link to preceptor resources, and I'd like for you to check out a few of these. Margaret Slusser in Health Science actually has an advising syllabus that is very pertinent to her health science major, as does Marissa Levy in criminal justice. Joan Perks is in nursing, and her advising syllabus also pertains quite well to nursing students and what they should know, value, and appreciate. I also have my advising syllabus there under Dollarhide, and I invite you to just use this as a template to get started with your own. In fact, just take it, put your own information in there. I've put it up as a Word document, and you can just use it to get started. All of the faculty members above have actually given everyone permission to use theirs as a model. There's also an example of a video syllabus by Mark Berg in psychology, and it's rather clever and a great way to introduce yourself to your students. Remember, when advising time comes around, you can put all of your advising resources in your Blackboard class for advising. You can email a syllabus to your preceptees reminding them of preceptorial advising days. The importance is to reach out to your students several times during the semester to let them know you're available to meet with them. My contact information: I'm Paula Dollarhide at the Center for Academic Advising in the Campus Center, 242. You can give me a call at the number there, or you can email me with any of your questions. I appreciate your time and attention today, and I hope you'll be using the advising syllabus. Thank you.